Hey everybody, Ethan here with Standing Stone Kennels, and we're going to be showing you everything that we're doing with a dog pre-season to help prepare them for the season. This is called roading. This is the most important part of what we do with all of our young dogs and all of our seasoned dogs the same, okay? People think about we need to be doing bird work and we need to be working on bird work and we need to be getting them out and working on bird work, and that's really not it. They're going to learn so much throughout the entire season, hunting wild birds, hunting preserved birds, whatever you get the opportunity to do, they're going to learn during hunting season. What we need to do is prepare their running gear. Just like I get my boots, I break them in, we need to make sure that their feet are ready. I've got Weller with me today to show you how we start a brand new dog working on the roading process. Now, these are our roading harnesses. We have these made here locally. Can get it in either black or orange. I'm going to toss one of these out of the way and I'm going to show how to get him fitted. And then I've got one more little added bonus here at the very end, and we'll show you what that's for as well. All right, so this harness is not designed for pulling, and I want to make sure that people understand that. We are trying to help the dog to stay at a semi-steady pace with us, not actually digging and driving and pulling. They will do some of that, but these harnesses are simple, which makes them very easy to put on. We're going to start by putting this over his head here, and then it sits here. Now, what I want to show you is for extended runs, this can inhibit the way that the front of his shoulder and leg moves if he's trying to dig and pull, okay? If you use an X-back harness, that is what is going to be used more for the pulling side of things. But when we utilize the four-wheeler that I'm going to show you in a minute, those X-back harnesses are long. The dog has to be way out in front, and it changes not only how they are moving on the four-wheeler itself, but it adds additional potential chance for injury. This keeps the dog close. It's a very simple way to get them hooked up and allow them to work from a roading standpoint. We have buckles on both sides of this harness so that you can cinch it up and fit it properly. This guy's got a pretty deep chest, but we want to be able to put our hand underneath of or in between the strap and his chest and have it otherwise fairly snug. We've got this over the point of his neck, and then this is our point here on the back to attach the leash to. Now, when we start this process, dogs need to get used to it. Okay, all we want him to be able to do, good, okay, is feel that tension a little bit. I'm just gonna walk him around. Now, he's got pretty good leash manners, so sometimes dogs feel this and, good boy, okay, okay, okay. And they don't want to pull against you. We've been working a lot on that. The biggest thing that I'm trying to start with here, and I'm gonna take him for just a little bit of a walk, but I want him to feel comfortable and not be the first time that he's feeling any of the different pressures from the harness itself when we're attached to the four-wheeler. Come on, good boy. Okay, 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 there you go. There you go, come on, come on, there you go. Good boy. All right, we're getting a little bit of pulling in there. I'm applying some pressures. Come on. Go ahead and try and call him to you. That would help a little bit. Good. I just want him to be able to pull on me a little bit. That's it. He seems pretty comfortable, pretty confident with this process. If you get started with your dog and they're apprehensive, you see a tail down, they don't want to move, they feel weird, any of those kind of things, you're not ready to move on. But Weller is taken to this like a pro. What we're going to go ahead and do here is move into the four-wheeler itself. Now, this is square tubing. We've got one piece that has a bunch of holes in it. We'll get some close-ups of this. A couple of square pieces of tubing you can find at just about any hardware store. Allows us to slide this together to add a good amount of distance away from the four-wheeler. And then just a pin to hold that together. And then again, this is our swivel on both ends chunk of chain, which helps prevent the dogs, if they do make a turn, from getting tangled up at all. but it allows us to keep him out away from the four-wheeler. And then we have a little chunk of chain with double swivels on both ends of this chain. All of these things are very important so that he doesn't get tangled up. It doesn't bind up. It spins here and it spins here, okay? Now, when we start this, I talked about it's not a huge pulling process. We will still go very slow for him. I'm gonna give him just a second to figure that out. I'm gonna show you getting started on the roading process with him we'll fire up the four-wheeler and then I will encourage him to start moving. He's gonna have to move with us. He's gonna hit the chain. He's gonna try and wanna run. We do a fair amount of free running for exercise off of ATVs. And so the dogs, generally speaking, get fairly excited about that. What we'll do here is I'm gonna fire up the four-wheeler and I'm gonna show you getting him started. We're just gonna walk this line out. You'll be able to see that. And we'll make a loop around here and you can walk again. And then we're gonna show you the secret to the entire process once we finish this. Good. So I'm gonna go slow, very slow. Good boy, there you go. He's gonna hit that. Come on. Okay, come on. Okay, come on. There you go, good boy. He's checking the four-wheeler out. There you go. Come on. Good boy, good boy, good boy. There you go. Come on, come on. There you go, good. All right, we're gonna make a little turn and come around the circle and then show you that again. Okay, folks, we have just completed one loop in the little driveway here. It's probably approximately, here, I'll get up here just a little bit further. It's probably, I don't know, not even 300 feet, not even 100 yards, okay? And he's already to the point where he's way more comfortable. So watch as we take off here again. Good boy. He can start getting out in front of us just a smidgen. And then what we'll try and do through this process is stay with him. Like I said, I don't want him pulling. Good boy, there you go. I just want him running with us. It's good. We'll make one more loop here. All right, folks, we're coming for a drive-by. We're gonna keep him moving at a good pace. There you go. Okay, let's go. Good. Gotta watch those Tweety birds. We don't want him to get too distracted. And then we'll head down the driveway here. Good. All right, let's go. Come on. Okay. Good. Good boy. All right, folks, so that is a very normal introduction. Most dogs figure this out in a very short time. He's already got it figured out. Now, you may be asking, why do this versus just let them free run? The biggest thing that we have access to, and if you can get access to it, it's rock, gravel, sand, some form of a rocky road is going to help to toughen their pads. That is what we are most worried about in the pre-season development of things, is the toughening and the pre-wearing basically of their pads so that they are ready to go run and hunt in lots of different environments, from grass to rockier areas to even, let's face it, food plots and things like that come hunting season. That can be tough on them too, but we need his pads to be ready, okay? You don't have access to gravel roads. We've talked about this in several other videos. You can utilize asphalt, but it's got to be like ridiculously small amounts because it's so easy, especially when it's hot, for them to overheat those pads or to wear them off, and then you're going to set yourself back weeks. So if you don't have access to do this, I understand, but if you do, there's nothing that compares to the benefits that can be had from roading. Now, why we do it here at the kennel is we have a good number of dogs that we're preparing for hunting season, and I will be able to put, and I'm going to show you here in some of these clips, we can put 2 dogs on one side, 1 dog on each side, or 4 dogs, having 2 dogs on each side running all at the same time, which is generally speaking what we do. We find that if you add an extra dog there next to him, lots of dogs do a little bit better job than even him in starting, which he pretty much made that process look very simple. But if you start it appropriately, making sure that on leash they're comfortable with a little bit of pressure, it takes very minimal time. We made a couple loops around our driveway and he's ready to go. We would only, though, folks, be doing 1 mile of roading maximum in a day. We do that usually 4 to 5 days a week leading up to the hunting season. This is not about building out those lungs. We do that with free runs, and we put the OutFox masks on. All of these things, folks, again, available at standingstonesupply.com, but the OutFox masks help prevent them from inhaling something that they shouldn't. And this is the time of year where it is most dangerous for the dogs to do that because the seed heads and awns are drying down and falling off. And then it poses a larger risk for all of our hunting dogs. Now, the last piece, and I promise to show you the secret, either Pad Tuff or Tuff Foot. These are 2 products that we've kind of used when we can get them, depending on who has stuff available. This is the last piece, and if you can't road your dogs on the gravel and rock roads, you can use this in and of itself to kind of help for the preparation process, the before, during, and after setup, okay? What we need to do, and this happens every single day. Here, let's see if I need to be able to show you what I'm doing here. We'll just use his back paw, okay? We need to spray each of the pad pieces. It takes a few squirts, and you want every part of that to be wet. And what this stuff does is helps to heal anything that maybe got injured, keep it clean, but it also helps to toughen and harden their pads as well. Don't put lotion on your dog's feet if you're petting them and loving on them in the evening and it feels a little scratchy. They need to be tough. They need to build up those essentially working hands. Anybody that's ever grabbed a shovel and went to go dig something or rake the yard and you get a blister and it pops open and it hurts, that's kind of what can happen to their feet, and that makes it very difficult for them to keep going. So roading dogs is huge. Spraying their pads, this happens 7 days a week for all of our dogs for 30 days leading up to the hunting season. Well, technically more like 45. We've started now as of the 1st of August, and we will continue that until the start of hunting season. And then as long as they continue in that mix of working daily or most days as we guide and things of that nature, they stay on top of it on themselves. But if we ever get an injury, we pull this back out and a small cut or a small sore spot on their pads, the Pad Tuff or the Tuff Foot product comes out and we spray that to keep it clean as well as help it to heal. This is the key. The roading and the spraying of the pads, folks. This is how we prepare all of our dogs for hunting season to make sure that we don't have to miss any days from blown pads and sore feet. Thanks for watching. This is Weller. He did a great job teaching today or learning today as I taught. And the guy with the pink gun. We'll catch you in the next video.